it's Sahara. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm starting off with a scarf on my head because I slicked my hair down, I laid the edges, all of that stuff, and I need a scarf on it to keep it down while I do my eye makeup. And I also did my brows off camera. I set my camera and my videos further away from me now, and the lens just wasn't working for me. So I'm getting this longer lens that I got with this camera a while back, and I'm trying it out for the first time on camera. I think it's called the macro lens or something like that. It's supposed to make sure to be able to bring everything in closer and zoom in, but for some reason I think the camera has to be like extra far away for it to like really work and for the quality to not be blurry. But I'm just going to use it anyway, and I'll figure it out some other time. So I'm starting off with this CoverGirl True Blend Concealer, and this is in a shade T500, and I'm going to start off by cleaning up the brows with this concealer. It is a darker concealer, but it's okay because when I use the e.l.f. Camo concealer directly on the lid, it will all blend in together. And this e.l.f. concealer is very drying, so that's why I'm just mixing both of the concealers together. And this is in a shade Medium Sand. I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place Nubian 2 palette and use that matte purple shade called Jezebel. And I'm first tapping that on. I'm using the darkest shade first and then going, from darkest to lightest. Normally I blend the lightest shade first, but I just feel like this technique has been working for me lately to start with the deepest shade on the outer part and into the crease. Then I'm applying that matte orange called Morocco from the same palette and just kind of tapping it right next to the purple, like kind of on the purple. And then when I'm blending it, I'm blending it a little further away from the purple so that they can blend into each other. That's another technique that has helped my blending a little bit more as well. I'm still rough around the edges when it comes to colorful looks, trying to blend them together, but I'm just like picking up different techniques from different YouTubers. Switching over to the Profusion Sienna's palette, I'm going to go in with that matte yellow called Serendipity. It is like a yellow, but it's like more of like a mustardy yellow, so definitely a little bit more toned down than your average bright yellow, and more warm tone as well. I'm going to take some more of that Camel concealer and apply more on the lid to kind of clean up the eyeshadow without using like a flat brush to like cut the crease. I'm just kind of blending this with this brush instead. On the lid, I'm tapping that yellow eyeshadow first in the inner part. Normally, whenever I do these looks where I start applying those shades that I used in the crease back onto the lid, I always start with the darkest shade on the outer part first, and it leaves me with little to no room to finish blending the shades across the lid. So I'm starting with the lightest one first and then working my way across, and this also really helped as well to be able to fit more shades on the lid. For the next product, I'm going in with this Black Radiance Continuous Color Pigments. I think this is orange. It doesn't have a shade name, but this is like a metallic orange powder. And I've never ever used this before. I had it for years, and it's so beautiful. I did not wet my brush. I didn't have to because look at how metallic and shimmery it looks. It kind of has like a gold orange shift to it, and I did not wet my brush at all. I was actually going to use that matte orange, but I used this instead, so that's why I didn't wet my brush, because I didn't want it like to be super metallic. But look at how pretty it is. I'm gonna have to use it more often. And then I'm going back in with that purple shade and adding that to the outer part to finish blending it off as well. And now I'm adding some more of that orange, and it's going in between that metallic shimmery shade, that powder, and then the purple. It's going like right in between that to blend those two together. And I just think like all of these shades together look so cute. And then for liner, I'm going in with this LA Colors eye marker. This is the brown one. I've got to stop using these eye markers because they are too liquidy and they kind of start running. But what I'm doing here is I'm not creating a wing. I'm creating a line across the lash line, and it's kind of going to get thicker as it gets closer to the purple. It's going to get thicker right there so that I can blend the eyeshadow back onto the liner. But you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. And this is where I'm tapping that matte purple on top of the liner. And I like how this looks together because the brown liner made this eyeshadow darker, which is what I was going for, but I still wanted the purple across the line like that, and so that's why I'm tapping it and kind of blending it. I'm mixing together the Mayron mixing liquid and the Mayron metallic powder and gold to make this liquid gold liner, and it's going on top of that liner that I just applied as like a double liner look. And then the last step before I apply lashes, I'm going to apply the Maybelline Snapscara in the shade Blackberry. And this is a purple that I thought would go really well with the purple liner, even though you can't even tell this mascara is purple. It looks like any other regular black mascara. I double stacked the lashes, which I feel like now you can barely see the liner I created, but I still love how the lashes look together. So I used the styles Sunset Boulevard and Calabasas, both from Morphe. I'm gonna put it out on in my hand. Every single shade is on my eyes right now, so I'm just gonna go in with all three of them. I'm going to be using the Mayron Makeup Paint Palette. This is the water activated paints, and I'm going to be mixing together the yellow and orange paint to create like this sort of color that just goes with the eyeshadows on my eyes. And I'm going to be putting that halfway into the crease, just halfway across, like I usually do my liner looks. And then I'm also going to apply a mixture of these two yellow and orange paints onto the waterline as well. These are water activated and my eyes are about to start tearing up. I'm going to use that yellow eyeshadow that I used earlier called Serendipity, and I'm going to tap that on the waterline to set these water activated paints because, like I said, my eyes were tearing up and they were making these water activated paints look patchy. I was going to say separated, but patchy on the waterline. I do need to get eyeliners that I can use for this instead of using that Mayron Paradise paint palette, but I'm going to use this instead. I'm going to use that matte purple shade called Jezebel again and just tapping that right under the yellow. I don't want to blend it because it's a really dark shade, so I'm just going to tap it instead. Brush that I use for the orange, apply a little bit. Oh, let's tap it off first, then pinch the brush and blend it right under the purple. I'm going to go back in with the Nubian 2 palette and using that shade called Zuri. I don't know what kind of shade it is, but it's very pretty and very bright. And I'm applying it in the inner corner and also on the brow bone as well. I'm going to go back in with that Maybelline mascara from earlier and just apply it on the lower lashes. For the lip combo that I'm doing today, I'm going to start off with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I think it's called Matte Ink. This is from their Coffee collection. This is in the shade Coco Connoisseur, and it's like a red tone liquid lipstick, and I'm going to apply that on the lips as like lip liner. It's like a brown red tone, not just like a red tone. And then I'm going in with this LA Colors lipstick in the shade Incognito. It's like this really nice pale nude, and applying that in the center and blending those together. I'm using this for the first time on camera. I've been using it off camera and I got it brand new and I was like, let me use it in a video. I'm finally going to be using it. It's the e.l.f. Mint Melt Lip Pumping Gloss in the shade Chocolate Chip. This was part of their mint lip collection. Mint lip. It was part of their mint collection from e.l.f. And it's like a chocolatey brown. I haven't used my crystals in a long time. Let me see. I apply the crystals to my nose, upper lip, chin, and brow area as well.